Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Team Fortress TV for the kickoff of ETF2L's Season 35 Premier Division Week 1 game between Egg and Ora Elektro. My name is Lucky, and I'm joined this evening by ArchRhythm himself on production. By my side is my co-caster is Bum. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm mega excited for this game. I looked at these teams coming into the Premiership Division, and I got really excited. And I got really excited that they were the Week 1 game and that I got to cast it.
Yeah, it looks exciting. It's a possible semi-final, I want to say. Looks like the top 2 and 3 team in Europe right now, obviously just behind Ascent. But who will be second and who will be third? We're looking to get a glimpse at that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, tons of potential talent. Like, I looked at Premiership Division this season after taking a break for a little bit, and I was interested by some of the stuff that was in here. Of course, we've got reigning champions for Europe at the minute, Ascent EU, popping up in once again with their normal roster. Ora Elektro once again coming back after their second place finish last season. The Wizards Guild, which I believe is that a creation
It's a theorists
of Mac?
team, yeah.
Oh no. Monkers. The Germans are back with a vengeance. We've got the Frenchies and whoever 6 is.
Yeah, a last-minute scrambled together team, and also some up-and-comers in the form of Synonym of Perfection, I believe is
the
their
new
name.
blood.
With
yes.
Yeah, loads of Div 1 players trying their hand at Prem for the first time, so should be an interesting season, to say the least, and this is one of the most interesting games to kick us off here in Week 1.
Yeah, because when I looked at some of these teams together, I looked at Egg and I sort of skimmed past the name because it was like, oh, it's Egg, it's going to be a meme team. But then I looked at who was actually on the roster, and it's spicy. So I'm going to give you a rundown of that roster. So that roster is Credu, Tiger, Demol, Jorge, Josh, and Elikor. So we've got some big boys, first of all, right? We've got Tiger, who has gold medals pouring from his rectum at this point.
Tiger, God knows how many seasons he's won. Obviously, double land champion as well. Copenhagen Games and I-63, I believe. And then the rest of the team has more silver medals than you can shake a stick at. You've got Credu, took a break last season, but before that he was on the previous version of Ascent, back when this Ascent was called Faint. It all gets very confusing. Credu took 3 silver medals in a row on that team. We've also got Demul and Josh from the LEGO teams of old. They've been around for 5 years at this point in Prem. I think Josh has a silver medal. Don't think Demul ever did get one. Elikor has 2 himself from playing with Top 5 Rocket. And then, obviously, Jorge, a more new addition, played with Goon Squad a while back, but he is a solid medic, and now he's going to get his chance to be in a top team.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Jorge is like one of these medics who we've seen coming into the scene for a while, moving his way up in Prem. And honestly, he's one of the medics I trust the most out of all of the medics I see in Prem. He's definitely hugely talented, understands the game a lot, and definitely deserves a spot in this team, in my opinion, alongside the talent that is there. So I'm happy to see Jorge finally getting a little bit of limelight. And speaking about medics that made it in the limelight last season, Shock did his Prem debut last season and came second. So it'll be interesting to see how these two sort of like huge medics that have only just like sort of come into Prem in the last like three, 4 seasons. I can't remember when Jorge joined. It wasn't.
I think
that
was 2
long
seasons ago. Yeah, so both very short reigns in Premiership for the 2 medics.
Yeah, but Shock definitely kicking it off to a huge one, and it'll be interesting to see how Aura's changed. Whether they've looked at some of the gameplay that they had from last season and thought, maybe this is something we need to change if we're going to try and even face Ascent, because Ascent are looking like a bit of a threat this season. Like, just look at their roster and I see Gink and I get scared.
Yeah, well, speaking of change in Ora Elektro, the one thing we can't miss out on is the Yeehor swap for Kunu. Yeehor has been removed from the roster by pretty much a mutual agreement between the two. He's always been a flank scout player, which you wouldn't believe if you saw his performance last season. He's always wanted to play the flank, wasn't really happy playing the combo for Ora Elektro, and didn't think he could really commit all his efforts to playing a role he didn't like. So it was definitely the best mutual decision for the team to swap him out, and they have got the pocket scout for the job. Kunu is the beam scout of Premiership, and that means that at least on paper, this team will fit together a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, Kunu is the player that you're going to pick for any roster if you want to press and hold W during Ubers. But, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Kunu faces up against Tiger, because, like, these guys, they're very evenly matched, but we have inside information that you've told us about 5 minutes ago that Tiger is he's on the juice.
Yeah. So Tiger was very frustrated in his scrims. He was going 27-0, going for that perfect game. And just at the end of his warm-up, he got that one death on the logs. So it doesn't even count. It's all ruined. He might as well have lost the scrim at that point.
Yeah, may as well have thrown it in the bin. But yeah, I'm enjoying this returning boomer talent that we got as well. You know, Demol and Josh. Demol's been sort of bounced around, and so Josh has also been playing a little bit here and there, but they've not really come onto like huge rosters. And now seeing them in their full element, no longer being old man meme socks, actually doing stuff in Prem, trying to grab that second place, and it's going to be interesting because in my humble opinion, I believe that Ascent are going to still take it this season overall, but it'll be interesting to see how good Egg can get over the season, because if Egg can really improve and show their game, they may actually have a shot at taking them down. But same to be said for Aura, so I'm really excited to see this Premiership season unfold, and I'm also interested to see where they got the name Egg from for their team.
Well, it seems to be a rocky start so far for Aura after their change to Kunu. He has a lot to live up to after a really beast performance from Yeehor last season. Honestly, that standout performance could have been what got Aura so far in the first place. And from looking at scrims, I know it's always a bit of a jinx to talk about scrim logs and how that impacts the season. But in their practice games, Egg have been looking comfortable against Ora Elektro. And Aura's results have also slipped against the other top 3 team we keep talking about, Ascent. Both these teams seem to be beating Aura quite comfortably at the moment. Whether that's just getting used to this new pocket scout they've picked up, or whether he's maybe not performing as well as Yeehor was, maybe over the season they'll get their grips on it and make it all the way. But for now, it looks like I'm going to be taking Egg to win this one in week 1.
Yeah, I would usually say the opposite of what the other caster says, but I'm a huge fan of the Egg Boys. Like, each and every one of them is a player that we've known for a while. They're all super nice guys, and I think, Egg's going to take it, not just based off being nice guys and being beta males, but because Tiger is going to carry them.
Yeah, it is a star-studded roster, and Tiger is the star of the stars. 2 times land champion, infinity times gold medalist of ETF2L.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do. I wonder who's actually main calling on their team as well, because Tiger can have a commanding voice when he wants it. Elikor, he does loads of damage, so like he would probably call, oh yeah, someone's destroyed, and then they get forwards. But Jorge, I know he's like one of the least experienced players on their team, but he can call, man. He's damn good. So I'm also interested to like think about that inside element that they have as well, like who's doing the calls, who's organizing what, how they're doing pushes, which pushes they're going to do, and they've got any set plays that they've got for us to look at, like random changes. There's so much stuff.
Yeah, are they going to be a Critzy team?
I hope so.
We haven't
I
seen
want to
many
see Crits
Critzy
Krieg.
teams, yeah.
I think I was looking at the logs and scanning it over, and I used Crits Krieg the most in Division 2 last season. But here we go, we're going live from with Season 35 Premiership Division, our game between Egg and Ora Elektro. So good luck, have fun. It's coming out in the chat from Nevo, and we're making our way to the first mid bum.
Yep, first mid of the entire season. Welcome everybody. Eames and Elikor getting there at exactly the same time. Neither of them exchanging damage yet. And it looks like a fast mid from Amarok. Kunu's running straight forwards with the aggression. Shock is deep in the enemy territory and gets taken down. Now we're in a 3v2 fight. Eames and Nevo versus the world. And it's just Nevo left on top with very little HP. he gets cleaned up for the first mid for Egg.
It does look like that Ora Elektro tried to do what we like to call the big crunchy, where you go as soon as you get to mid, and then you crunch them in their choke and they get destroyed. But they managed to kill Elikor and Jorge, but then the rest of the players were in such a good position and already fully healed, ready to receive that aggression, then not a lot really happened. We see Tiger pressuring really hard on second. Does get a ton of damage on both soldiers, but doesn't manage to find anything, and it's looking like it's going to be around even Ubers for both sides. No one's running Kritzkrieg quite yet, but one down on the side of the blue team for Egg, and it looks like they're going to send in a sack. Kunu gets killed by a sticky shot from Elikor, and we're going to see how they do. Oh, Amarok gets picked up as well. That's a huge loss for the side of Ora Elektro, and it's going to open up some room to push now.
Yeah, Josh getting into Cheese, really putting the pressure on, and that alone is going to force them out of lobby. So much pressure from both teams. Tiger wanted that early pressure on second, but knowing that the med was down, Ora Elektro didn't want him to get it. And then just losing Amma seemed to be the defining moment there. Deemel's in for a sack with a bit of spam support from Josh. Does get taken down on the spawn door there. We'll see if he spawns on something funny, but for now it is even Ubers on Snakewater.
Yeah, the Demel sniper is not unheard of, so we could see that come out, or they'll send Creddy back to hit his sniper rifle shots. So we do see Demel swap onto the sniper class. And we've got Kunu with a standard sentry gun spot as well. Neva's on the counter snipe. And standard setup really for Eames. He's practiced this time and time again. They're getting that dispenser armor up for shock. So all kinds of stuff getting set up for the side of Ora Elektro. It's just going to be interesting to see how they get Demol in.
Yeah, as soon as that respawn came in, Azunis was on Spy, checking for that off-class. Immediately gets Nevo on the counter sniper. They know each other too well, these teams. They're not just going to get caught off by surprise with the sniper. That sack was a very obvious situation where someone could switch up here. So now Demel and Nevo both trying to take the angle towards this lobby area. Demel has the angle, but Nevo just crosses in front of him in time.
Tiger is making some aggressive sort of movements here. He was calling medic over and over again to get Jorge to come forwards there, and they moved into lobby. So it looks like they are trying to get some kind of room. Demel is now moving into lobby. Does not get seen by anyone, so he can make his way over to the right-hand side. But I wonder if he's going to find it. He's moving up into drop-down right now, squeezing around that corner. Hasn't been spotted out. Goes for the shot, misses and whiffs it. Out for the wide shot onto shock, misses, and does survive there, moving out into lobby. And that was unfortunate for Demel there.
Yeah, I mean, should be at least someone looking at drop down. I think they had a few players watching lower all at the same time there, but this is the perfect spot. If you're ever up against a sniper on Snakewater, you want to get close to this wall, but now with Nevo going down, Demel should be able to take a wider angle. There's only Eames there to lock down this big door now. Elikor's putting on a bit of pressure.
Yeah, it looks like they are trying to get that sentry gun down, but Josh's feet gets totally caught out by the sentry gun position. Unfortunately,
and Azunis is in. Oh, but the counter-sec does not work out for him, so a soldier for a soldier. Nevo's back up, still on the sniper.
Yeah, Snakewater. Okay, they're going in for an Uber trade. Tiger's already in onto Eames. Nearly kills him, in fact. Shock pops out that Uber in return. Just getting forward there with Eames, but no one's going to trade anything. The sentry gun, in fact, does go down. Tiger's calling for a repush on the right-hand side onto Amarok. Does a ton of damage, but it looks like they're not going to find anything. Demel misses the shot once again, unfortunately, just with the quick scope. Kunu's moving up in behind with a fronted Justice crits. Doesn't really find too much, though. A bunch of damage in lobby now, so getting a little bit precarious.
Pretty low there, but Nevo actually goes down with Kunu. That's 2 scouts down. With no scouts, this is perfect repush material now. As Tiger comes in, he does all the damage required to Azunis. He's 1v1ing Amarok as well, but Jorge is completely disconnected from his team. He's going to go down in lower, and it's falling apart. Tiger, the only one really getting anything done there. Demel's going for some salvage shots, but he'll be cleaned up in the end as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they couldn't get any heals onto those scouts and get their medic forward. It was unfortunate they got disconnected. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there with the side. But coming into the season, you know, they're about to have that pre-season sort of jitters, especially first offy jitters, which are a real medical disease that you can contract from playing your first official in ETF2L.
And yeah, the full ad for Shock, they're going to get it for free through Kitchen. No casualties for either side, and now Kunu wants to take that beam straight to the other team. They're looking to go through Saw. Their advantage is still large enough, but Kunu getting dropped there may slow them down. They're just going to back it out. It's only 30% ad now. They'll probably wait for Kunu to spawn and let it become even. Tiger, though, is putting on so much pressure and does get pincered in the saw area. And with that, they're actually looking to dry push lower with one soldier down. That is, with one scout down, sorry. That gives them the space to at least get this ground on grass.
It's unsurprising that Tiger got caught out there and saw he was bullying them so hard, and he was so far forward just as a scout and saw.
Demol's behind though, this is a nuke!
Massive nuke. He manages to get the force as well. Demol is eventually going to go down, but it looks like Shock is just retreating there with both of his scouts, trying to get the hell out of mid probably in a second, as they're actually going to set up for some kind of force onto Jorge as he's moving in towards the kitchen area right now. Going to make his way now towards lower. It hasn't had any damage dealt to him. Azunis not in a position to go for a bomb. Now receives the arrow, can go for a bomb, but gets totally denied by Credo and Tiger. And it looks like he will get taken out. Yeah, there it goes. And Nevo is out in kitchen. And that's a clean entry into mid there for Egg.
Yeah, a perfect eye for an opportunity from the Orc. He can tell they're all leaving lower. He just goes out balcony and there's 4 players underneath him. It's an absolutely free force and they get mid and second from it. So great high impact play from the French roamer there. And we're all the way out to last. We're even again on Ora Elektro's last.
Yeah, Nevo's gone to his favourite class of the season already. It's Engineer, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Resident Sleeper in chat, please, for this hold that they're going to have on last. But right now, if they put on some pressure, they can take down that sentry gun. It's only level 2, so... Okay, D-Moore tries to go for something, gets absolutely nuked by Eames, and that plan has gone in the bin.
The classic into a sticky bomb sack. Didn't quite work out for him.
I think he saw him placing it as well. He was like, nah, go for it. But yeah, we're just going to have this stalemate. While we've got the stalemate going on, may as well bring up the obvious topic in the room, that Josh is on Battalion's backup, first of all.
Yeah, Josh really likes these banners. He was always one of the first people to adopt them, it seemed. And he's always been a banner player for as long as I can remember. Taking a 1v1 with Azunis there actually does go down with the backup of the sniper. Azunis trying to take a bit of space, but against Mr. Kovac's aim trainer himself, he's going to get forced backwards.
Disgusting. Yeah. Absolutely gross. I can't believe Credu has the ability to fight in such a small, confined space against a soldier and win on damage. It's crazy how good this guy actually is. And I've not seen that cosmetic he's wearing before. It's ugly as hell, but I sort of love it at the same time. Yeah, so what's your favourite kind of egg now that we're in a stalemate?
I mean, I wonder, you've just pointed out that cosmetic, and I'm wondering if that is where the egg comes from. He has a very smooth, round head by the looks of it in this cosmetic.
Maybe that is where it comes from. Just that Credu's character looks like an egg.
But favourite type of egg? Poached eggs are pretty delicious.
Yeah, poached eggs are pretty delicious. I would have gone for the same thing. See, we're linked in some way.
This is where the caster synergy comes from.
Yeah, it comes from the love of eggs.
Demo is trying to get a peek from the shutter, and he gets it! Shock goes down with the drop. Demo, perfect angle there. Kunu does trade him out, but a medic for a sniper. Oh, and Jorge gets forced in lobby as well. But all the kills are going the way of Egg so far. Sentry gun gets dealt with very quickly. They need some space though. All these respawners are in for both teams, and obviously they're much closer for Ora Elektro, so nothing actually comes of that play in the end.
They got mega scared there of Nevo with the fronted justice. They could have really pushed on that, but since the Nevo was sort of like pedaling down on them with the crits, everyone gets a little bit scared. You don't really want to give up this advantage they got, because they still have ad here because of Shock dying first, and then them using Uber, and then Shock still hadn't respawned, so they've got a little bit of Uber to work with. And if I know anything about the aggression of Tiger, is that he's going to be calling, we're pushing on this, 20% ad, we're in. They're in 100% Uber, and they are now walking up lower. They pop really early onto this sentry gun, and it goes down immediately. They are trying to play point immediately. Credu getting too much pressure, has to get flashed, otherwise he would have been blown up there. The red side Uber now comes out, and they're kiting these players back. Blue team are trying to get the hell out of there. Credu getting insanely low. Jorge escaping as well with his life. But we are seeing the counter initiative from Demon Tiger. It looks like they're going to do it. Easy, man.
Yeah, Tiger and one of his soldiers, Demo, I think, just hid over on the left-hand side there. Tiger runs on the point, The soldier bombs the players off it, and that's free cap time. There's no stickies or anything to keep them at bay, and that's the perfect repush off such a tiny advantage.
One easy peasy repush and made it look like there as we are getting into our second mid. 1-0 up to Egg. Let's see if Ora can make a comeback in this game from the one-round deficit. Emo and Elekor just trying to trade stickies right now. We are seeing the bombs coming from both soldiers. And Josh gets absolutely launched on the other side. Azunis also going down, but looks like Josh is going to get cleaned up also off the back of that. D-Maul died first as well. Looks like blue team are now going to be moving backwards. Elekor is a little bit caught out here. Looks like he tries to make a jump down in towards lower, but there's no health pack as Tiger stole it. But he does manage to get out with his life. Jorge escaping as well, but the chase seems to be still on from Ora Elektro. Eames, Shock, and Kunu making their way in on grass, and this isn't quite over yet.
Yeah, with one soldier down, there's no one to bomb these players and get them to force out, so they are putting good pressure onto second here. But with the soldier respawning, they are noticing there's not much opportunity left. Kunu might get caught in here, and he does. But they trade it out for D-Maul, which should stop Egg from trying to go so quickly. Azunis in with a very high bomb, but two scouts look up in the sky, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, unfortunately, scouts have the power of force push, so you can't really jump them that easily. But tons of damage being done on Kitchen. We are seeing the Uber get popped out immediately, but they are just like taking a double scout over here, and Tiger accidentally gets dropped there, unfortunately, due to the amount of flashing that needs to be done. Jorge takes a bunch of damage on the way out. Eames is maybe calling for a push, but it's getting stickied off there by Elekor. Amarok gets taken out as well. Josh trading for that frag, and it's going to be 4 players left for each side as one respawner coming out for the side of Ora Elektro, it looks like. But he has now caught up with the rest of his team, and they are making their way forwards. Elekor is now caught out on his own, but does surf it back nicely. Eames getting insanely low. He's so weak. Credo is putting so much pressure onto Shock. But unfortunately, it still manages to land the arrow. Tiger dominates Azunis in the air. D-Maul manages to catch Kunu as well. And this messy fight turns into an absolute win for Egg as Tiger is pressuring so goddamn hard onto Eames. He's going for the frag and takes him down. Oh my god. And Shock and Amarok are now escaping. And holy lord, that was a long fight.
Yeah, Egg's soldiers are really impressing me with their ability to get in behind. It seems like after these trades, when Egg are trying to escape, they know that all the players will be looking at them. Josh gets in behind for lots of free damage at the end of that trade there. Just from all of Ora Elektro looking at the same door, he could sneak in through Saw. And then there was a crucial pick on second, which just left the team split in half. And when Azunis tried to jump out, the scouts were there and ready, and they could just roll Ora Elektro off the back of that one pick. D-Maul's in for a sack, so is Josh, so it's 2 soldiers down. They're on very long respawns. We might see Ora Elektro try something pretty much instantly here.
Yeah, D-Maul got spanked from an air shot from Amarok. I don't know if you spotted it, but it looks like they are coming in now, straight into this mid, and it looks like there's only 4 of them all grouped up here. They haven't got any soldiers to help him out, and Jorge's just pumping heals into Elekor right now. Tiger goes in the top, takes down Kunu. Tiger is so far forwards, he just doesn't care about the red side and their heal distribution, and they managed to win it. 4v6 there, that's insane showing from these scouts. They're just running forwards onto grass, proving that the scout class is Imber, and Amarok going into grass as well. Manages to land one rock onto Credo. Credo dies from full damage, Tiger gets taken down as well. The 2 powerhouses of Egg are now dead, so they're calling for the retreat, and no one to run Jorge out. Looks like there could be a force coming up in the future.
Yeah, good focusing down Josh on the exit there, and now they have so much room on mid. Jorge, as you said, too slow with no scout to run him away, has to use. Shock should not be this far forward, he shouldn't have to use here, and he does get a really nice surf in. Elekor's trying to spam him down, but Shock will not falter, manages to milk that Uber.
Yeah, nice job there from Shock to escape all of that stuff, but it looks like Ora Elektro are going to be making their way forwards. I think Egg are going to be happy to give this one up, but they have got Credo in the forward spawn on the sniper class, does get spotted unfortunately, and locked down there by Nevo, but it is waiting in that forward spawn, waiting for Shock to show his head, but Nevo, he's privy to the idea of the forward spawn, and Credo does in fact back spawn. Looks like they're going to be going into lower for this last push.
Yep, straight through from under, using onto Kunu and Eames. Jorge's all alone, but he presses his reset bind. There's no kills from the Uber so far. Nevo, in fact, is the only casualty, and he's on the team that was meant to be invulnerable. So this has just gone terribly. Elekor's crunched them all in lower. Shock and Eames go down. Amma is trying to fight Tiger, but that's never going to work out for him. And now it's full advantage and 3 picks for Egg.
What an incredible fight there from Egg. They kited that Uber so hard. They came in through lower. They split up. They knew what they were going to do, and the only play that would have been salvation for them is if they actually played the point. But they didn't have enough players in with buffs in order to make that work because no one waited. They just went straight in for the push, and maybe a little bit of a misplay trying to get around on the board just so they can counter and get the 1-1. But it's cost them here, Bum.
Yeah, Koff on his main in the forward spawn. Let's see those Highlander plays pay off.
Jorge drops Uber to Eames.
Oh, God.
That's unfortunate. But they are now sacking in. Shock does get caught there by the massive bomb coming out from the side of Egg as they sacrifice every single player they had to get that pick just so that they will have the ability to hold last and do not get rolled. So well played from them to find that pick onto Shock as well. And it looks like they are going to get the second cap. Forward spawners are going to come out from Eames and Shock. And Jorge now has a player to link up with, and it is going to be even Ubers for both sides. Credo up on the engineer already and setting up for the defense.
Where did that drop come from? Was it a trap?
It was in Saw, I think. Or that was yeah, I can't remember. I wasn't looking at Jorge. I was mainly looking at the positioning for Ora.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, a nice drop and a nice 5-man sack to at least make sure it wasn't too disastrous. Eames gets headshot there down to very low health, but manages to recover.
Oh,
now
there's a Crits Krieg.
Oh.
Shock's on Crits Krieg. And the Crits Krieg user gets nuked. Headshot coming out from Tiger to take him down as we do see the soldier crits. Tiger goes flying onto the other side of the map.
Jorge is down!
Oh my god, what a pick from Kunu! Oh my
The
lord.
scout crits manages to work out. Honestly, Jorge should have got that in time. I don't know how he was still on 89% when that crits got used off. More out of desperation than out of strategy, and it just works out for Ora Elektro. So they're going to have a 40% add plus the natural crits add of the building speed. So it should be pretty good for Ora Elektro here, but with Egg knowing that they're on crits, they should be able to position themselves accordingly.
And the level 3 sentry gun as well, that's going to block all of the damage, because sentry guns do not take crits Krieg damage, so it'll be interesting to see how they're going to take this one down. They can't just go ahead and crits Krieg directly, and they need to find an angle before they make anything happen. And looks like Eames is now angling for this left-hand side, but they do pop out this crits. They fire off a Sticky, it goes wide. Unfortunately, not finding anyone at all. Stickies are dead on the right-hand side. Shock gets taken down, in fact, by a long-range rocket from Josh, I think, there. No, Josh fed in, actually, and just killed him straight up. Easy clap. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, an unfortunate crits. They knew exactly how to play around it once the one-trick pony was revealed, and now they are coming all the way into second with this big advantage on Jorge. They're just taking their time. Their health got a bit bad in the push, so taking down Nevo, and now they are moving in.
Yeah, easy peasy. Looks like they are now making their way forwards. Jorge managing to find that 100% Uber for his side. And it looks like Eames is now setting up another trap. Needs to be careful. It's above on Saw this time. And just trying to spot where the other one is. It's down lower, but Jorge just pops Uber straight through. Just wanted to be safe on this one. Josh gets caught out by the trap by Saw and taken down there, but it's going to be a rather clean get-in. But it looks like they're coming in immediately. They pick off Demol, who was just trying to get some space for his team. Eam gets on the high ground. It looks like Egger in full retreat already. Shock now coming up with his 91% Uber. Crodio gets taken down as well, but not before he finishes off Azunis, who just kills himself in the aftermath of that frag. And looks like Egg are going to be trying to get back, but it's only a 4v5, so they'll be coming up shortly as Demol is now respawning. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually make this push work rather soon before Jorge finds that Uber.
Yeah, loving that repush there from Ora. Able to get straight back in with the pressure after Demol overextended a bit on point trying to push them out. And now it looks like they do want to use this. Eames is right by the shutter, but the other team's at 90% already. Will Jorge get it in time? They use through. Sentry gun is down. Elicor's out of position all alone, but the shots aren't connecting, and he manages to get flashed. Oh no, Elicor should have been a free kill there, and now the Uber, all in favor of Jorge, will be able to wipe 3 players from Ora Elektro. They're way out.
Jorge managed to save Josh as well. Josh was going to create her, but he saved his life with a nice flash and manages to get forward. Great play there from Jorge, managing to find his footing in this game. And Shock, unfortunately, couldn't find anything, but the biggest problem there with that Uber coming out from Ora Elektro is their flank was weak on coming into that Uber, so they just had no presence on the side, and they Egg knew this. They pressured hard, and they took that flank down super low, so they couldn't even initiate. The Uber got kited, and Jorge found his Uber. So that was excellent play there coming out from Egg.
And pressure is already being exchanged on grass here. It's a very strange fight, and the Uber is used from Kunu first. They're going to take down Jorge just before he gets it off that 15% advantage, and now all the kills going their way. Elikor down as well. Josh is going to try and jump out, take care of Azunis. Tiger, meanwhile, is distracting in front, and that's 5 down for Egg. This should be a round. They need to leave one player to cap this and get straight into last.
Yeah, 3 spawners coming out already from the side of Egg, and they are going to be setting up their defense. Demor is already up on HMS Poot. He's pinging down some damage. Amarok goes in for a little weird bomb there, takes a hell of a lot of damage, nearly gets killed, and does manage to escape. Doesn't need to sack in because they have ad. He needs to relax a little bit maybe. Credu's now up on the sniper class. Tiger's up on the engineer, and if you put any amount of hit scan in Tiger's hand, chances are he's going to kill things.
Yeah, absolutely. But maybe not against a team that is about to be invincible any second now. Here they go. Maybe this Uber will work out better from the shutter onto Kunu and Eames, bombing straight forwards. The sentry gun hasn't been dealt with, and the banner's popped out from Josh, going to keep his team alive a little longer, but doesn't matter when you cap the point so fast. All those players on the right side by truck, they can't look at the point, and 4 players just cap it out.
Ora Elektro finally figure it out, and they realise they're just kiting our Ubers as soon as we get ads, so we should just play point. That's all we need to do. Like I said before, that was the problem that they had in the last push. Eames probably recognised it, and then they just fixed the issue immediately with their next push. Absolute mega brain coming out from the players of Ora Elektro. We'll see how they do coming into the third mid.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Shock on the last mid, was the MVP, managed to serve so many rockets to stay alive, see if he can do it again. But actually their team is aggressing just like on the first mid. They're in so deep and it's working out this time. Perhaps the cohesion of Ora Elektro is coming together. Azunis wants to catch these players on the flank, but he's a bit too weak. He's just going to spam them out. A healthy mid-fight win for Ora Elektro.
Yeah, it looks like the big crunchy really did work out in their favour there, managing to execute the mid perfectly, taking down the classes that they needed just so they could get them off the mid as soon as humanly possible, and do roll them all the way through to second. But now we're into a stalemate situation where it's even Ubers, Snake Water last, it's 1-1 on the scoreboard with 7 minutes remaining for the map before it gets sent to a golden cap, and looks like we've got standard hold. Credu was up on the engineer class, so it looks like they are wanting to take their time with that. And
Tiger's going for an aggressive peek in lobby on the sniper. Does actually see Shock for a split second there. And of course, Josh on his favourite banner gives their team 30% resistance to all damage, which is quite nice. If he does manage to get a trade and then pop that off, they'll be in a good position to get out of last. But they want to see if this Tiger pick works out first.
Yeah, I think now is the time where you've used Sniper so many times that it's getting a bit old, and they're now knowing how to deal with it as Azunis takes on Tiger. Amarok is now peeking in, manages to spot Jorge, but doesn't really see the sentry gun. Sentry gun beeps, so they at least know that they have one. Azunis now spots, Amarok now spots out that sentry gun, so they know where it is, and they can start managing to try and take it down. Azunis spamming from the low ground nearly takes it down, and the sentry gun manages to only just survive there. Holy moly.
Yeah, Credu doing a great job of holding Mouse 1 with the wrench on the sentry gun. The only thing in the game that spends more time aim training than him is the sentry gun. Nevo does get taken down in lobby there, so they're going to give up some pressure in lobby for now. Amarok actually gets caught in lower as well by Josh. This is the perfect time for a sack. Demo is pushing out Azunis. They've got all the space they need for a sack onto Shock here, who's just waiting patiently on this medkit below the battlements.
Shock is just tucking himself in there. He's still scared of the sniper threat, which he should be, because the chances of them having a sniper and not being called yet is high, and Tiger is in fact up on that sniper class. So Shock is sat behind his boxes. He's chilling out. He's doing his thing. The only way he's going to get headshot is if there's a mega wide peek from Tiger, and Eames has stickied it off for him. So the threat of him getting headshot is low, but
Nevo's maybe sneaking through lower, and he sees nothing on last. He could go for a cheeky sap and cap. There's one pick onto Tiger as well on last here. They are going to move back because of that. Looks like Josh could get caught in lobby. He has his escape one out, so he does slither out just in time. Nevo's just crouched here underneath the stairs, looking for a prime target.
He needs to get up in behind the team and is in fact moving all the way around. Manages to get on top of the boiler. He's going to just regain some of that cloak that he's got. He's feeding information to his team. Now calls the sniper and is going to make his way over. And it seems like Jorge isn't really spinning. Not really aware that there could be a spy. As the spy starts coming in onto Jorge, he's been called and the backstab nearly comes out, but he swings and a miss. And Jorge does manage to survive that intense potential that could have been.
And Eames dying at the same time is tragic for Ora Elektro. Demon's getting free peaks now. There's no pressure of sticky bombs. They have to take a trade to delay for their respawns.
Oh,
but Amarok surely goes down in this trade. Yep, and the banner also being used by Josh as well. He's going to hold on to that for mid. So even without the Uber advantage, they'll be able to have a damage advantage. They'll be taking less damage as they walk in through the choke point here. It's all on this for Egg with 4 minutes left. They pop off the banner. Azunis managing to put the spam on, keep them at bay for just a while. He gets cleaned up. Nevo in behind now. Gonna go threaten a back cap. This is pretty poor for Egg. They do need to clean that up before they can go forwards, and they have both scouts back for it. Nevo is causing chaos. There's 6 players back on second just because of him. Really nice job at dragging Egg back there.
Yeah, insanely good job. Shock now managing to nearly find their Super as well. 3 minutes left on the clock, and Shock can make something happen here if he manages to call this ad correctly, but it is going to start evening up as it's such a small ad, and Tiger manages to take down Nevo finally in the back line. The two biggest Monka-esque scouts you can look at running at you, Credo and Tiger, he's definitely going to go down. This Demol is now in, Kunu takes him down, and that is just going to be a sack attempt coming out from the side of the blue team.
Yeah, great job from Nevo to bring everyone back, and having to get 2v1'd by some of the best scouts in the game for them to finally deal with him. So it looks like with the Demol pick, they're going to at least pressure grass a bit. Kunu in first, clearing these stickies, but they just get laid back down behind him. Eames can't get in, and for that, Kunu will pay with his life. Azunis tries to sack, gets 100 damage onto Jorge, but he doesn't use for 100 damage. And now they're looking to come right the way in through Saw.
Oh, huge damage onto Eames, and they do force out that Uber by dealing a load of damage onto him. Jorge pops out the Uber in response to try and save Creddy's life, but it's just going to be a straight-up trade. Josh is in fact in, and loads of space for Creddy. Creddy's coming in, Demol's in as well, Shock's insanely low, and Demol also getting taken down, but the damage has been dealt. Azuna's coming in for the counter bomb onto Elikor, doesn't really find anything, gets pressured now from the scouts, and it looks like it is just going to be a full-on Snakewater remid. Tiger is left in all alone, however, his team have just abandoned him maybe to die, but he is now escaping on 80 HP, managing to get back towards his medic and linking up there, and it could have been so good for the side of Egg there, and we are seeing the push now from Ora Elektro on grass.
Yeah, that was one of those so close yet so far moments where the bombs from Ora Elektro were... Oh no, the bombs from Egg, sorry, were incredibly good. Demol had the high ground above mid, they had damage pumped out into all of those Ora Elektro players, but as long as they're still alive, it doesn't matter much, so they did all manage to survive and therefore could hold on to mid. With 1 minute left on the clock, I think it's now or never for Ora Elektro. They have to get this to their last, or we're going to a golden cap. I don't think Egg can win in regulation from here. It's even Ubers. Both teams are just standing around. They could be waiting for this golden cap, guaranteed 1 point in week 1.
Yeah, it's getting sort of intense now. I think Ora Elektro realised that they've got to make something happen, otherwise this is just going to go horribly wrong. But Azunis is now in with the bomb onto Jorge. Jorge, nice surf from him all the way back. Manages to survive. No Uber force there. 30 seconds left on the clock. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen here. Jorge eats a pipe to the forehead, and now they pop out the super. They're just running forward with their scout. They take down Eames. That's a huge pick for the side of Egg, but they are trying to get back with the blue Uber charge right now. Jorge gets caught out, but it doesn't matter anymore. No Uber charges are going to matter in this game. With 20 seconds left on the clock.
The back cap is actually in from Nevo, has been capping this whole time during the fight. He just needs to block Demol here, but he's beeping the 1v1 a bit. They do get the cap.
Oh, the back cap from mid as well. The re-back cap. And it's GG's in the chat from Ora Elektro, who are calling it in this game. And it's going to be 1-1 as the final score. Much closer than we predicted.
Yeah, what a tense ending there. I honestly had no clue who was going to get that cap. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered anyway, seeing as they couldn't get to last. But Yeah, a good call to keep it safe from Eames, at least in the last seconds there. He wanted to wait until he guaranteed that their team couldn't lose. He waited until about 40 seconds before attempting their push into second. So that guarantees them no loss, at least the overtime, and a possibility of a win. So just playing the game theory optimal cards. But we are into Golden Cap, and honestly, I have no clue who I prefer after seeing the first half of that game.
Yeah, I have no idea who will win it either. Honestly, like Ora Elektro did look a little bit shaky in the start. So did Egg in some respects. But Egg, as soon as they found that first round, I was pretty confident that they'd start rolling. But Ora Elektro, no, they smashed right back. They didn't give up. They just kept going as soon as that first round was over, and really like showed them, and then held Egg on their last for quite a long period of time. So maybe Ora Elektro finally figuring out what they need to do against Egg. Maybe just better on the day. First match jitters for Egg potentially. It's a whole heap of stuff that could be going on for both teams. But I genuinely have no idea how this is going to go. But I still want to say Egg, just because they seem to have the potential to find these trades, but they're only just not finding them just because one or two things happens or something goes wrong or someone doesn't get in right, or it's a whole list of things.
I want to see another one of these Aura Electro mids where they just don't release W and they end up all in the blue side of the map within 2 seconds of the round starting.
The big crunchy.
Exactly, the big crunchy, as you say. I don't really want to call it that because it sounds terrible.
It's a big crunchy mid with lots of damage. What's wrong with that?
Crunching the eggshells, you could say.
Oh no.
I should
Please.
be a TFTV writer. I can write terrible puns.
Maybe you should. Maybe that's what you need to do. Elka, you're fired. I'm sorry. Yeah, Bum's taking your job.
Yeah, I've spotted him in chat. I'm coming for you, Elka.
Okay, random question. If each of the players on Egg was a type of egg, what type of egg would they be?
Tiger would be a cracked egg because he's on crack.
I would have said powdered.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that works too, I suppose. As for the others, Jorge could be a Spanish omelette.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, definitely a Spanish omelette. I think Josh is old reliable fried egg. You know, he's a.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a fried egg sort of geezer.
Oh god, content, boys, content. Speaking of content, Copenhagen Games coming up, boys, in April, early April. Buy your tickets now for the event. There's a Team Fortress TV thread if you want to go check that out. I know a bunch of people are going. I'm planning on going. It's going to be an awesome event. I'm closely involved with the event team, and it's looking extremely promising so far. Just the one thing that's happening right now that we are waiting for confirmation on, that I know a lot of people are holding onto the edge of their seats for, are the rentals. And they will be announced as soon as we know regarding Copenhagen Games. So thanks for bearing with on that one.
Copenhagen Games is brilliant. The best event for TF2 I think that we have. Honestly, the community atmosphere is brilliant. The games are so much fun to watch. It'll just be a great time. If you can manage to get there, definitely try your best to. You don't want to miss it.
It's going to be epic. Okay, we are going live. Whew.
Alright, here we go then. Golden Cap of Week 1, Map 1. We've got Ora Elektro versus Egg. 1-1 in regulation time. Time to see who is going to take this extra point of the tiebreaker round.
So we're making our way into the mid for the Golden Cap. Rules are 15 minutes. And it's whoever has mid-capped or whoever gets the first point. We are seeing the big crunchy mid coming out from the side of the red team. But they're mega responding here. Deemal's in really deep. Josh is now bombed as well. Josh gets a shock and Jorge kiss each other as they fly into each other. Amrock is now chasing Jorge into lower. Tiger is the only one left alive. Does take down Shock though. And Jorge survives. And he's just legging it out of there. He needs to get out of there fast before any red players show their faces. But they are not going for the chase. And it is going to be an uber advantage for the side of Egg. And it depends on how they're going to use this one, but that was a very close mid.
Yeah, the mid advantage for Ora Elektro, but the Uber advantage for Egg could see them losing mid straight away again. I love these mids coming out from Ora Elektro. They all played on their balcony at the start. Nevo rolled out through kitchen, and they just went hardcore down the left straight away. There managed to be enough chaos in the back lines from Egg, though, to sneak out the medic kill in the end, and they just leave Eames pretty much high and dry, alone in Saw. Use him as bait for the soldiers while the rest of the team goes deep, and now the Uber is in. Elikor and Josh managed to crunch Amarok. Demil picking up Nevo as well, so that's a soldier and a scout pick with that Uber. But now the advantage is in Shock's favour. The pressure is going to be in on Grass. They just want to get this force and they can keep this momentum going. Doesn't seem like it's going to be successful, but they take down Azunis. Now they can get pincered from both sides. It's a very precarious position. Looks like they're opting to give up the ground. Kunu gets dropped from the Uber as well. It's a solo on Eames. He jumps forward, but they're already all out. Tiger's going to clean up Eames on Grass here. Amarok in for the salvage, gets Elikor, gets some damage onto Josh, but Jorge actually manages to finish him off with an arrow. And we're in a 3v3 on second. It's still in Ora Elektro's control, but they're just giving it up and going out to last. They know Jorge gets that Uber in a second.
Yeah, holy moly, that was a very close fight, but looks like Egg have now squeaked out with the Uber advantage, and we're going to see how they want to use it. Kunu is already up on his favourite class, the Engineer, and Nevo is sniping this time instead, and we're going to see if he can find any picks, but in a golden cap situation, I'm not sure if you want to spend the time on Sniper even just to try and get a singular pick. Maybe if you get that drop, you can salvage something. But Shock now coming up with 77% Uber. The blue Uber now gets popped out. Credo is now running in. Spots the sentry gun. They go on the sentry gun immediately. Stickies are on point, so they're not able to play it immediately. Tiger just desperately trying to clear them. Now playing point. Amarok going for the bomb. Does manage to pop the point. Just getting crashed on the point. It looks like loads of blue players going down. It's going to be the cleanup from the side of Ora Elektro. 4 players left standing for them, just Elikor left alive. Looks like he's going to be running out there. Is getting chased now a little bit by Kunu.
He's out fine. Beautiful last holds. Eames just stays alive. That means the scouts know they have to clear the stickies with other means. While they're busy shooting it, both soldiers just collapse onto the point, get all the kills there. And Shock, of course, stays alive with the full advantage, which he's now using. Josh down straight away. The Uber going forwards doesn't manage to find much more, though, so not huge value on the Uber, but they get what they want. They get the midpoint, and Jorge with 40% advantage.
Nice, juicy advantage for him. Tiger is up on the Sniper class at the minute. He's, I'm not sure if he's
in the forwards, but Eames has just removed his trap from the forwards. This could be the making of a funny play.
Or he's just... Oh no, he's not AFK. He did a wiggle. He's not AFK. Uber now coming up. Nearly gets the headshot to Eames. Looks like he is now rescoping. No one spotted him. They have now spotted him, those are soldiers. As they now pop out the blue Uber.
In the meantime, they take Elikor down by Eames there. And they don't even manage to trade off Eames with the Uber. That's a very poor Uber from Egg, but they do have some things going for them as they take down Azunis and Nevo, who were trying to get behind onto second.
Yeah.
Now, it needs to be a big Uber from Kunu and Eames. They use it. Oh, Eames all the way forwards, gets Tiger, gets Jorge down very low. Kunu's 1v1ing Josh, takes that kill down as well, and the respawns are here for Ora, so we're right back where we started, and they're going to be running into second with these 2 picks.
Jorge's cheeks were kissing the seat right there as he surfed out, nearly dying there. Crody getting low now as well, and it looks like they are going to pick up this second cap. And Jorge going to be forced back to last with the rest of his team in tow, but they have got this massive Uber advantage that they can work with. And Ora Elektro, boy do they know it. They've already set up some players forwards for the spam. Eames is setting up those forward traps as well, just to see if they can catch anyone. They're building maniacally with Shock on Grass right now. Josh takes a hell of a lot of damage. Insanely weak on Cheese. Zunis knows it and tries to go and finish him off. Josh is still low. Getting spammed. How does he live? Excuse me?
Squeaky bum time for Josh as he manages to escape with his life. In the meantime, Shock does get Uber, so we are even for last now.
Wow. That was
That's about the third time this game that I've seen Josh run out with the escape plan with like 3 health left and manage to survive. It's a bit of being rude in chat.
Yeah, there's some rude stuff going on. I reckon Josh was just screaming, "Oh, hey, save me!" Just running along with the escape plan out. Eames gets taken down by Credu for moving too far forwards, even into the lobby area, just gets body shot and taken down. Looks like they are going to use that opportunity, though, to make their way forwards now with the sniper class, as there are no sticky pressure. Elekor dealing a lot of damage there, actually, stripping those overheals off of the scouts. And looks like they are going to pressure onto lobby really hard as the bomb comes in.
Oh no! He's so busy crouching behind the boxes to avoid that sniper. Elekor got like a CSGO grenade lineup angle to just drop sticky bombs right onto his head. And that eventually is what requires the use from Shock. Now the full advantage. Nevo's into lobby trying to get this force out early, but he's not going to have much impact as he's cleaned up. This means Jorge's going to be able to hold on to the advantage from mid.
Beautiful, beautiful gameplay coming out from Egg, and it looks like they're going to make their way forwards into the saw area, just trying to spot those stickies. One thing they need to do, they're very privy to these Eames traps now, so they just pop immediately all the way through onto mid. It looks like they can catch Eames here. Eames does escape, though, only just. He manages to get all the way out to bats and picks up an arrow as well on his way out, saying bye-bye to the rest of the Egg side as they are left in the dust. And Shock now coming up with a 100% Uber, and they're going to make the repush into mid.
Eames, this time it's his turn to bomb, and it goes almost as unsuccessfully. Yeah, he's taken down straight away without his flash. Credu gets that. Josh is in behind, causing some chaos, stopping this team from backing out, while the rest of the team pincer from the front. The pressure on Ora Elektro now is unreal, as Jorge nearly has his Uber again. There's no demo man to lock down these doors for another 4 seconds, and Egg are going to be coming in through the choke.
Yeah, they make the smart maneuver of coming down onto grass to try and get this Uber through. So Amarok going for the bomb. Does get the air shot on Jorge, but Jorge pops. Insane pop from him to save his own life there and not drop the Uber. Credu moving forward here to try and pick up Azunas underneath. Demor and Credu do manage to take him down there in the lower area. Eames is now pressuring really hard as they do manage to take down Demor eventually, but he's done so much damage onto Nevo that he stumped that pressure. And now that Aura are stuffed all the way back to their last, Eames getting low in lobby as well. Oh my god, that was close. There's so much stuff that could go wrong.
Josh, thankfully. And now second should be theirs for free. Another flip-flop in advantages. Josh is still down for a while as well, but it looks... Oh, his spawn actually gets elongated by capping that point. So they need to go quick here before Jorge manages to get his last piece of Uber, but Kunu goes down. They don't want to be using this Uber anymore. Amarok is going to get in with a nice air shot onto Demor. Tiger's going to chase him out, but in the end, it ends up with Egg in control of mid, and that's all they need in this new config. 15-minute golden caps. Whoever holds mid at the end of 15 minutes will be the winner of the golden caps. So, 6 minutes left. Demul is taunting Eames with the same taunt that Eames threw out earlier. Suggesting he's going to play the timer in chat. So, yeah, it needs to be Ora Elektro making moves now. Kunu is using that opportunity to go sniper. He wants to make the move. Demul is counter-sniping him in Saw.
Yeah, it's so hard if you're the defending team on Snakewater especially to try and get anything to happen in towards mid, because like it's so choky, and if you jump in through window, there's usually stickies there to catch anyone who tries to jump through like a scout, or there'll be stickies close, but Demol does get picked there, which is a good start. Azuna's now going in as well. Doesn't find any amount of damage onto Jorge, so it's just going to be a reset. And
Amma jumped into a trap there, but managed to use a rocket just to keep himself alive when he was about to die of fall damage.
Oh, holy moly.
So we are 5v5. Still.
Oh, Azunas.
Nothing going on. Oh.
Kunu is still watching as well.
Demul on Spy.
Oh, is he coming out?
The sneaky Frenchman goes onto his own class. He's going to take up a buff here from Jorge. Oh no, he doesn't want to give away his heal particles. He's in dry. Oh, did he bump Nevo for a second? Oh, did Azuna see him? He took like 60 damage. How does he... Okay.
How does he not get seen?
Yeah, this is crazy.
He's a Mirage.
He's still...
He decloaks.
Just
he's moving
above.
in. He's going in behind.
Not going to get anything. And in the meantime, Kunu has killed Jorge with the sniper. So that's a drop. +2 in chat for Egg, and now this is exactly what is needed for Ora Elektro to get in. 4 minutes left on the clock. Full advantage and 2 down. Still no medic up. He's going to get the forward spawns just in time. But it still is a huge advantage.
Yeah, there's only 3 minutes 55 left on the clock here, and Ora Elektro have the midpoint captured, so they're in the driving seat to win this game, and they know they have advantage also, so they're making their way forwards just to try and get as much room as humanly possible. Tiger and Demo going on the flank here to try and pick off Azunis in behind, and they've just sent their entire flank back, but it looks like Amarok is coming in for the assistance, but Tiger's just pedaling down Azunis. But this could be really bad, because two players are really far back. It could open up an opportunity here for Ora Elektro to get in onto last. Demo gets taken down as well, but Tiger is now moving in the back line. But they are stunting their aggression.
Yeah, and it's just enough to slow them down, really. If they had fully ignored that, they could have taken a 4v6 on last, but they might have to be worried about the back cap. Instead, they just slow things down. They know that mid is all they need. 3 minutes left. Tiger still in Saw. See if he wants to make a play, but they just know. They are keeping all eyes on Tiger right now.
It's so close, this game. It could still go either way. You know, if Ora Elektro like step out of line once, it could be all over. We've seen that time and time again, especially now that Tiger's in behind. I think they're just going to let him be and just crush him as soon as he tries to make anything happen. But in a combination play with another player, could be absolutely disastrous for the side of Auras. They need to be watching out. Azunis is in fact just facing backwards on Saw just to try and spot him out.
Credu needs a hero shot or something here. Tiger's going in for it, but he doesn't manage to get anything. Kunu goes very low, but that's not the pick he would need either way to make something happen. Now it looks like they might try and take lobby here. Hammer's peeking into lower. No, they are just literally hard holding this. They know it's 2 minutes. It's not worth the risk to wipe on last or something. And with even Ubers here, something needs to happen. We need Credu to make a huge play. We need Demol to get a force. Something needs to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're even gonna do it. They haven't opted for a sniper anymore. They've just decided they're gonna go out with the super trade. The Uber trade is already terrible off the bat because they got juggled in the doorway. But they do take down Nevo instantaneously. Shock still hasn't used. Now pops out this Uber, but it's only onto Eames. They're not gonna find anything with this. Jorge does get pilled though. Azuna's now going as well. They take him down, which is a huge pick there for the side of Ora Elektro. But they have got 2 scouts barreling down onto Shock. They do force him all the way out, and it looks like they're gonna have it. Oh my god! Okay, let's not talk about that one. Jesus Christ.
Josh in behind though gets Shock down. Oh, this could be it. Jorge is down at the same time, but he does have a shorter spawn. All they need is mid, remember. And now this fight is actually going all Ora Elektro's way. Demul gets taken down. Tiger gonna get taken down too. The cap on second is coming in. There's still some players down on last, but why risk it? There's 1 minute left. They're just gonna hold this down. Jorge has managed to get himself a 45% advantage as no one picked Shock up. But will it be enough? Will they get the Uber in time? 45 seconds.
You're hoping so, aren't you? I think they just need to barrel it now. They need to get going. They've got 40 seconds and they need to capture mid, so they are just going to gun it forward, I think. Credu is now running in through lower. Jorge's in tow. Elikor as well, moving up now. Tiger getting forward. Soldier's now bombing in. Josh is getting forward. Azuna's getting pressure out Cheese. They're just heading all the way back to mid. Jorge is calling for the push. Credu moving forwards. Looks like they are going to try and pick Azunas. They do manage to take him down. This is looking good. 20 seconds left on the clock.
It's a crit! They pop it off. It's not getting anything. Nevo's down. Now the rocket's coming in. They're not connecting either, but they just need to cap. There's 13 seconds. Everyone's stacking the point. Times 7 on cap. Jorge goes down, but it doesn't matter. Get on the point! Everyone is just waiting. Shock gets the Uber in time! It's all over, and Ora Elektro have the midpoint. That's a GG. Golden cap point goes to Ora Elektro.
Oh my god. This is the closest game I have ever seen, ever. Jesus.
Wowzers, okay.
So, oh my god, Ora Elektro managing to win it out 2-1 in the golden cap there on the end, and that is insane. We called that Egg were going to win this one, but That was amazing from both sides there. I don't necessarily think that one team bested the other. I feel like after that, it feels like it
Yeah,
was so even since they were only just about to cap. It's just due to Shock's sheer willingness to survive that they managed to win.
yeah, that game in the end came down to can they do 30 more damage to Shock and kill him before that Uber? And the answer's no, and Aura wins. So, oh,
Oh, holy moly! But we do have some numbers to look at on the logs. Anything sticking out to you?
oh, hang on, I don't have them open. Fill some time for me.
I'm filling in some time. So, Egg, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, they lost, unfortunately. I thought they were going to be the second place this season, but it turns out that even with the sheer firepower of your gold medalist who's streaming in medals, dealing 221 DPM during that game and just barreling forwards the whole time, that you are not going to win just off the sheer aggression alone. And it seems that the coordination really took it home for Ora Elektro, but what I'm seeing on the logs is that Kunu managed to pick up 30 whole frags, and 3 players on the side of Ora Elektro managed to get above 10k damage during that game.
Yeah, that's the Kunu Beam Scout we all know. This was the perfect replacement for Yeehor when a team is looking for a pocket scout. You just want someone who's going to sit with your medic all the time and just clean up time and time again. 30 frags, decent for a pocket scout. Of course, Eames and both soldiers from Ora Elektro doing the majority of the damage, bulking out 10k each.
Ooh, it appears we have the wrong logs on the stream. That's excellent, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Arch, you're fired. We're currently looking at the rat jail and K-crew logs. There we
Nailed
go.
it. There we go.
We've
Perfect.
sorted it. We're fine. We're fine. Okay.
It's okay, Arch. It's okay. Oh, holy moly! But I'm surprised that you see. One thing that really sticks out to me though is that that Tiger and Creddy really do seem to be doing quite a lot of legwork in these games. They are really just like slamming forwards into the enemy team, just trying to pick people with double scout combo, both on the beam. Really, I think Tiger is in fact playing the flank, and Credu is playing that pocket role. But
Yeah.
it seems that Tiger still seems without the beam to do as much work as a pocket scout does.
Tiger, as ever, is managing to create pressure where there has no right to be pressure. There's situations where he should be dying so much sooner, and he's just hitting meat shots and dodging rockets like there's no tomorrow. But obviously, scouts usually get the best logs. I don't want to discredit the soldiers on Egg at all, doing heaps of work, getting in behind, knowing when players wouldn't be looking at them, doing some impact plays off the back of that as well. Doesn't reflect as well in the logs, but definitely impressed with them over the course of that game.
Yeah, unfortunately though, even if Tiger is doing all the pressure, you know what's made under pressure? Absolute diamonds. As we see on the other side as well, Amarok and the Zunis put in so much work during that game. Both soldiers managing to get 10,300-ish damage each during that game. Both of them doing such work for the team, and as a result, you can see the results. They just did so much. Even though Shock died 8 times and Jorge died 10 times, Ubers were still often close. But because of the soldier bombs, that was really what made most of the space for Ora Elektro to do a lot of the work that they did, including clearing the points of stickies, which is why they managed to get that round up against Egg in the first place.
Yeah, and not even just creating space in pushes, on the defensive as well. There were a couple of great plays from the soldier combo of Ora Elektro. They both bombed the exact same place, just as Egg are about to come in. They managed to juggle people in the doorway, force the Uber a couple of seconds earlier, and then both jump out to safety. It pretty much ruins an entire Uber, and Uber is what wins you the game. So if they can keep doing that, that is going to be perfect for negating any advantages that Egg might get their hands on.
Of course.
Coming into Gully Wash, good old Gully Wash. Who do you
Gully
think?
Wash.
Who
Gully
do you
Wash.
take for map 2?
Gully Wash, seriously, is what we like to call the Battle of the Demos, or Midnight Mick. But Midnight Mick isn't here with his boy, so, I mean, it comes down to the Battle of the Demos. So basically, I think Elacor is a insanely DM capable demo man. He's often showed his like prowess in hitting insane pipes and doing insane damage, and that's the reason probably for him getting picked up for this team is just his sheer willpower to do damage and create space for his team essentially just by using damage. And Eames, on the other hand, is sort of main call-y, plays very methodically, makes sure you go on the right advantages, and just calls for the right pushes at the right times quite often, and is just generally reliable. But I think in this game, Elakor is going to do a damn sight more than what Eames is going to do, and that's not BM towards Eames, it's just Elakor is that good.
Yeah, Elakor, known for his fancy, flashy DM. Whether he can live up to the Eames Giga Brain is what we'll be seeing in this one. Also, with a new team, a new map, perhaps Ora Elektro already have some strats saved up, whereas this new formation of team will be playing more standard TF2. We already saw some interesting, unique mid-fights from Eames' gang in the last map, so we'll see if anything funny happens in this one, as both demos get to our first mid.
Yeah, Elakor and Eames just trying to stick you onto that low ground. Immediately do see Amarok coming with a high bomb onto Tiger. Lands a nice rocket though into Elbow. Tiger pressuring so hard. Amarok in fact going to be the first casualty in this mid fight. But there's so much space for the red side as Demon now comes up, drop down, and has created a sort of pincer maneuver. Shock is now caught out on the low ground as well. But they are just spamming Shock, taking so much damage and just get piped down there from Elakor right at the end. Crowley takes down Eames in the meantime. Kunu getting low as well, but he does escape towards last. And that's going to be an excellent mid, and you get everything you want there from Egg.
Yeah, that entire mid from Ora Elektro accounted on Amarok's bomb doing well, but Egg just managed to focus him down completely. They basically paused their mid fight. They were like, okay, kill Amarok, and then we go. And Amarok went down pretty quick to Tiger, and then the pincer all just came in. Shock getting caught out of position at the end as well. Just puts the cherry on top with the 100% Uber advantage for Jorge. Here comes a classic scout and demo use through. There's no pyro at the door, but he's protecting his sentry hard. Eames actually gets dropped from Uber on red side. He will go down. Now there's no stickies on point. Demo's just going to get onto it, but Kunu's there just in time. They're trying to spam down this Putus.
The damage from Elakor just pipes them all down. There's so much damage with the sticky bombs. Nevo is on the point. Does get taken down on Elakor with the cap there. Takes down Nevo right at the end. Excellent gameplay from him. Did so much work. Ulapor Cave is down. Shock with the crit. Easy clap for the side of Egg there on that push. He just took control right at the end.
Yeah, really just a standard mid to last roll from Egg here, and hopefully that doesn't dictate the pace of the match. I want to see another close game like last time. But we'll see if Ora tries something different on this mid that's less reliant on one play. Demal's already up onto Eames. Josh bombing forwards with him. They get the frag on Nevo, but Demal goes down in return. And the other soldier now cleaned up as well. That's a Zunis. Amarok goes in behind while Egg try and cap up this mid.
Yeah, Elakor actually hit a sick air pipe to deny Zunis there to take down the soldier that was going onto Jorge. As we do see Amarok in behind to see if they can try and do anything. Amarok taking a ton of damage as Demal spots him out and they go for this little 1v1. MGE, Gully Wash second as Demal wins it on such low HP. And Tiger also kind of low there from Boston Basher jumping all the way up to try and meet him. And that's going to be one pick. And let's see what they try and do with this one, bub.
Yep, even Uber still, and they've used it to get Tiger in through lower. I don't know if he was spotted. They're fighting Big Door, but I don't think they know that Tiger's coming up from above. If Tiger can sneak through, this could be a play, but Nevo is hunting him down. I think they've figured it out. Tiger straight onto Eames. Demo is in with the sack in the meantime. Shock surfed away. He drops to the bomb! You can't drop there, Shock. That was such an easy use. And now it seems we have a pause, or am I lagged out?
No, that's a pause. Definitely a pause. Shock with the unfortunate drop there. That was a massive jump there. Coming out from Demal, managing to take him down, absolutely smashed him in the head with that rocket. Excellent gameplay from him, great bomb. And also great flank from Tiger there. He ran through, he understood that he didn't need to go up river and like take the long route round. He could just surprise out the shutter straight onto Eames' face because Eames hadn't stickied it at all. Probably got called by Elakor and they moved through and absolutely destroyed them. And now it looks like they're facing up with 100% Uber advantage coming towards this last point. But during this pause, It's looking like excellent positions here for the side of Egg. They're pretty much ready to make something happen. Azunis is too deep in behind to make anything really happen. Maybe if they pick Elakor with the 3 players that they've gotten second, they could get something going, but the chances of that happening with Jorge right nearby is kind of low.
Their only chance is to block second here, but with the fighting that's going on right now, it doesn't look like it's going to work out. Nevo and Amarok both going down. They're going to get this second cap up, and I don't understand that play from Shock at all. I know once you surf a rocket, you might get a bit of ego going. You're like, oh yeah, I'm so good, I just surfed this Premiership Soldier. But when he's in your face and there's no other players with you left alive, you have to just right-click there. I mean, anything is better than dropping. And now it's the full advantage for Jorge. Another scout demo Uber for Egg coming straight in. Nevo on the Pyro. Tiger's running straight across point onto Eves. That's a demo down immediately. He's 1v1ing Amarok on the point as well. Amma wins it out. And now the denial of the Putis Pyro combo will take down both soldiers as they try and re-push in.
Well, very unfortunate there as that push sort of fizzled out towards the end there, as they do manage to take down a whole load of players on the side of Egg, and it is going to be respawners all round. Azuna's now making his way all the way forwards to get loads of space for his team. Eames is now actually peeking out the lower door just to try and spam some pipes through, trying to create that little bit of pressure that's going to be taken, but Tiger is also moving forwards as well, just doing a little bit of pressure before Ora Elektro make their way out with that 100% Uber, but that Uber advantage that they had, that they were holding on last, is now slowly fading away. As this is where we have the pause.
Yeah, this is where the pause was called. We have Credu in the forward spawn, sniping to see if he can get anything done. Eames is just clearing through. He gets the use onto him. He bombs deep into choke. Ooh, one nice sticky onto Jorge, but he survives with 26 health and gets the Uber in time. So Red not even managing to cap middle means that Egg will have this advantage into second. There's no Eames, there's no Uber, and there's no denial of the mid capture. They're coming straight from Big Door with the heals here.
Once again, he had squeaky bum time there on such low HP, surfing away. There's so many times where if I was Jorge, I would have popped. I would have been like, nah, mate, this is not happening. Not today. I'm using that Uber, but he holds on to it, and this is why he's far better than me. And Jorge is now coming into last with the rest of the team, as they are getting tons of damage down and a lot of presence onto this last point. Credo is actually in water, but they do take down the heavy finally. Nevo getting taken down by Jorge.
Oh, Shock gets the Sauron point he uses! Oh, he has to flash his soldier here. Will it be enough? The spawns of Amarok are up, but it's a 2v4 pretty much. And now everyone's collapsing onto point at the same time. Amma and Azunis versus the world, and the world wins. Egg go 2-0 up.
Yeah, well played from them on that last push eventually in the end. A little bit scrappy. Everyone was really low as soon as that fight ended as well, so it was kind of close, but it looks like Egg are managing to find their footing in this map. Maybe they just prefer the pacing of Gully Wash, the fact that it's not as slow as Snakewater is, and it's just very well played from them as we are coming into this next mid bump.
Yep, we need to see Aura getting a grip on the mids. That's where they're losing their rounds straight away pretty much. And it will be Kunu trading out for D-Mill straight away on this one. Nevo gets the next frag, putting them at a 5v4 advantage, and that's Egg straight out. They don't want anything to do with this. Tiger does get a kill, messing around on mid, just pretty much trolling Ora Elektro, delaying for this repush from Big Door, as they do come straight in. Credy with a frag on Amma. Tiger finally getting taken down, but they have all the low ground. This is not the best position to be fighting from. The point is against you, and all the players are on top of it.
God, this is awful. This is actually, it's going well. Elakor manages to find a sticky frag onto Azunis as well. Neva's getting stuffed into a corner. Ubers are now traded. Credo was insanely low, but Shock is also low. So this post of Eames actually goes forwards on the super suicidal play from him as he just walks out of beam range as Shock is too low to fight in the after Uber, and they manage to escape with Shock's life. However, Eames is now dead, so this is going to call for the push from Egg. Elakor getting pressured in Big Dog, but that doesn't matter at all, as Egg are now mid, sliding through, but
they need to cap mid. They're going too fast, and now they have to leave because of that. If someone had been capping mid during the fight, they could have managed to keep the pressure up, but it's slowing down now.
Oh, God. That was a big Monka-S Uber coming out from the side of Ora Elektro. It could have spelled disaster, but Egg getting ahead of themselves at 2 frags. Oh, no, not again. There's so many people getting caught out once again for the side of Ora Elektro. It's just disaster after disaster, it would seem, but D-Mall the only salvation getting taken out, but Nevo trades, in fact, so it's not even a good deal that he was getting from that. Much like Brexit, it was very bad.
Oh, let's not get into politics on stream. This never goes well. But yeah, in that repush, Eames knew they had no Ubers. It was as good a time as any to try for it, but losing 2 picks is exactly what you don't want to happen in Big Door there. Gives them a free second, and we are on the infamous even last hold on Gully Wash. Pyro is up, Engineer is up, and Tiger is messing around in water. Demon's going to bomb the point at the same time to try and get some point pressure, but it doesn't work out. They're both down now, and Eames wants to get some pressure into lobby. Nevo's rolling out on the Pyro.
Yeah, Kunu's happy enough to sit on last and press M1 into a metal object for a bit. And we are seeing Azunis going for this high bomb to see if he can get anything done. Does land some rockets onto Jorge and does in fact get the force there. So the force coming out, Jorge running forward to Credu, and they are just going to run at Eames to try and get something done. But they don't manage to find anything with that one. So great force coming out from the side of Ora Elektro. Very clean, only losing the person that they sacked.
Yeah, it's still going to be a tricky one getting out of Gully Wash. They're going to switch off their off classes now. There's 2 soldiers up top to put pressure on River, and the rest of the team holding way back at choke. Elikor won't be able to lock down the shutters from this position, but it doesn't matter as the bulk of the push is coming from up top anyway. The soldiers get immediately dispelled by Ora Elektro. Demol in with a rebomb, also not looking too successful as he is cleaned up. Now Azunis taking the space on the point, forcing Tiger back, and a clinical second take from Ora Elektro.
Not only that, but a decent escape there from the side of Egg as well, as they do get Josh on the forward spawn with the crit heals. So it is going to be even players for both sides as they do the hold with even Ubers. So now it's going to be who decides to do what and who's going to do what play. And I can pretty much guarantee you it's, if you're Egg, it's let's get a player behind.
Yep, and that looks like what they're trying to do. They are pressuring Big Door. Tiger is just getting into lower again. Azunis not watching the flank because he's on spy. He's going to get shot at by Tiger. Nevo's coming back to clean it up.
Oh, Nevo's going to win this one.
He's actually winning this 1v1, and Demol goes down in the meantime. So if Azunis switches off here, which he immediately does, this is a 4v6 fight on middle. Looks like, they drop Kunu before the Uber. And is that slowing everything down for Ora? Yeah, they don't even want to risk it.
Wow, I think it was also because as well that Elikor found some pressure onto Azunis on the flank, so the flank really had like no pressure coming out of it because Azunis was down to 70 HP, and a 70 HP bombing soldier is like throwing a wet paper towel at a wall. It just doesn't really do anything to break the wall. So Demon's now decided he's going to come up on the sniper class and he's going to be peeking here. And is going to try and get something happening with Big Door, but a soldier's holding so close as he spots Kunu also on the sniper class, and there is going to be a little bit of a skirmish going on at Big Door.
Yep, 5 players on Big Door for both teams. Only Tiger and Amarok by their lonesome selves watching down the choke. This trade is coming in now, Kunu versus Demol, and Kunu wins it out. Nevo helping him out to secure that last bit of damage, but Azunis down immediately after to the pipes from Elikor. Tiger now getting cocky and choke. He just W's at Amarok. Amarok is going down here. I would be mad. Tiger just knows he has that DM for that 1v1. And now they want to come in all the way through choke. Amarok was the only one holding it, so they have the space. But they do allow Eames time to rotate and put some pressure on. That means
my god.
Red out to use their Uber. Kunu's going crazy though. Gets 3 kills during this Uber. But Jorge pops his off in return and gets nothing with it.
Yeah, Kunu finally getting pressured there at the end of that Uber as Demol manages to take him down. But Demol, unseen, onto Shock, manages to find one rocket, scuffs the other one, but does land the last rocket before he gets taken down and piped into the floor by Eames. But it looks like Jorge is also escaping on 100 HP. Does manage to link up the rest of the team. Neither gets taken down. Amro going in for the bomb onto Elikor, doesn't find anything, and is going to run the hell out of there. As that was actually a very nice flank there. That was pretty much all Demol right there.
Yeah, and that was the first time I've seen Demo Man MGE on Gully Wash mid with Elikor and Eames trying to pipe each other there for so long. We do end up with Jorge in the driver's seat, 50% advantage. Sentry going up, but it won't be up that much. It's only going to be about level 2 by the time this Uber comes in for Jorge. There's a Pyro as well on Kunu. They're trying to spam the point, actually, it looks like, trying to get some damage on Eames before they go. And they do have the Uber now. They're using it onto Credu and Elikor, bombing straight forward. Sentries down immediately, and Tiger under the point gets onto the demo. Eames down, no stickies on point, perfect last play, and it's 3-0 for Egg.
Yeah, great job there not to focus down the heavy, because a lot of teams would just be like, "They're heavy, we need to shoot it," but then no, they just ignore it, leave it in the spawn door, nothing to do with us. They kill all the players out there and manage to cap the point. Excellent gameplay from Egg, clearly showing their game style, going aggressive and making sure they're doing things clinically and precisely. Sort of nearly similar to 7, but with a more Tiger twist on it, you know.
The classic Tiger bit of spice that any good team needs. Azunis in with a fast bomb on this first mid, lands on Tiger's head and takes him out, and now he's behind in the elbow, does take down Jorge as well. It's a huge mid from Azunis, and both scouts dealing with the soldier bombs from Egg just perfectly. Elikor, very weak, will get pistoled by Nevo in the end, so a real roll of a mid-fight, but Shock went down in it, so only a slight Uber advantage for him, which should be completely negligible. We'll treat it as even for last, as the Sentry and Pyro are already up for Egg.
One thing that I will say about this is that regardless of the 3-0 and it looking like Egg is in the driving seat for this one, after that mid, it could be shown that Ora Elektro can make a comeback in this game. We still have 15 minutes left on the clock here, so anything is still possible in this game. I mean, we've seen TCM do 5-0 and however long that took, 5 minutes or whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see if Ora Elektro can make a comeback in this game and how they're going to do it.
They have actually built this to a reasonable ad. It's about 25%, but they haven't gone past. Oh, it's crits! Jorge down! This is perfect now, as they do find Demel with the Uber as well. They just need to spam this Sentry and they can be straight in, but Tiger on the Pyro takes down Eames. Azunis just plays the point from underneath, and that's a comeback.
Holy moly. The crits, we talked about it at the start of this game, we were like, oh, we hope we see crits this season. We never saw crits last season. Both maps we've had crits Krug at least once. Like, this is... Hell yes, boys, let's go. Great gameplay.
I wondered how they turned that into an ad. Yeah, good mid-fight from Ora last time. They still relied pretty much entirely on a soldier bomb, but it just worked out. Now they are going deep with 2 soldiers straight onto the enemy team's side, but they're just getting crunched in Big Dot. It absolutely did not work out how they wanted it to.
Ooh, close. Amarok got on top of Jorge there right at the end of that mid and nearly found him, but Shot got taken down in the backline as well by Tiger, so it's all good for the side of Egg. It looks like they are now back on track to start smashing out some rounds. It was just unfortunate the last one that they got crits on and didn't deep perish, but Nevo is up on the engineer class, already setting up that Sentry gun. Shock has respawned as well, building up that Uber charge. So let's see if they can get anything rolling here on this defense. But Jorge is now rolling into lobby with the rest of his team in tow with the 100% Uber advantage.
Yep, Jorge looking to take another demo scout Uber, looks like, but this time we're going from River. Going to be popped onto Credu and Elikor, bombing straight forwards, but Elikor didn't get his flash in time, going to be denied quite hard by the Sentry. They do take it down eventually. Azunis and Eames still under the point, uncontested at the moment. Now Nevo on the respawning heavy is putting out a lot of pressure from the top. Eames does get his stickies, but there's really no pressure on the point. Demel goes over, finally takes Eames down, and Azunis can't hold on much longer. 4-1.
That took a bit longer than it maybe should have. It's just that they didn't have any pressure under, and Demel recognises that, goes into water, pings them up into the air, manages to take down Eames and the soldier in water there, and manages to secure the round for his team. 4-1 to the side of Egg, and it's looking extremely positive for them now moving forwards to try and close out this game potentially. Coming into this 5th mid, or 6th mid.
Yep, Azunis going for a drop-down play this time. He's been countered completely, but he does kill Credu, who went back to chase him, and that means they have all the space on the point. Demel going for a drop-down play of his own! God! Gets a nice airshot onto Shock to kill him. Egg will manage to keep Jorge alive at the end of this mid-fight, even though they lose it, so it'll be 60 advantage for Jorge. Tiger also manages to clean up Eames, hits him with the taunt, very cheeky. Amarok just walked past a taunting 20 health Tiger without cleaning up that kill. Okay, Amarok, nice, nice.
Oh no. Oh, you hate to see it sometimes, man. I mean, this is like reminiscent of like not cleaning up. Oh, Am's taunts. Oh my god. Can we like bring those back, please? Oh, that was a beautiful air shot, by the way. I must add from Demol, and very much so. Shot gamer, OMG, nice shot in the chat there to recognise it. But we are seeing the sniper class from Nevo in the forward spawn as they now move forward with this 100% Ubrad, which has dwindled down, however, to a 30% Ubrad. As Shock has respawned and been building this whole time. Eames gets taken down by Tiger though. Oh my god.
Yeah, Tiger just Wing in through the big door, gets straight onto Eames, and this is perfect for last. I mean, they're going to try and go with it anyway, even though Shock has his Uber in time. They are just trading on last here. Demil is going to get taken down. It's not very successful for Egg. Maybe they didn't expect the Uber, or maybe they were just expecting it to be a lot easier without Eames, but the respawns are in now, and Ora Elektro are hungry to get out of last.
Yeah, it seems like that they do want to make a comeback in this game. They haven't given up just yet as Nevo's getting low, but they are bombing forwards with Amarok to create that space. Azunas hits a nice air shot onto Josh in the back line as well to take him down, and it's going to be them moving forwards, but Amarok getting out close in choke there. Very weak, but they are going to be making their way in towards mid. Azunas trying to create some space for his team, but everything seems a little bit disconnected. People taking damage in the wrong places, and if they're not careful, they could still get caught out by the side of Egg, and they've done it time and time again.
Yeah, Demo going down will help them, but Jorge does have a slight advantage here, about 30%, but looks like they're just going to play up top and wait as Demo is still down. There's 10 minutes left to get 3 rounds for Ora Elektro here. Azunas getting caught in choke, does manage to sneak out, and the rest of the team putting some pressure onto Big Door. Eames and Kunu locking down this shutter door.
It's going to be interesting to see what they try and pull
so
out.
low, Amma's in, he gets the force, that's perfect. And all the rest of Ora Elektro should be out, safe and dry here. Azunas actually getting cleaned up in choke. I'm not sure that was necessary as they got him so low that only one soldier would have been able to get the force. And now that allows Egg into mid. Shock's going to hold on to his Uber, but he takes a pipe, so he has to use. Now he's going to run with Kunu to try and get some value out of it, but there is none to be found.
Absolutely nothing to be found with that Uber charge, unfortunately. Tiger is still in behind, however, causing havoc. Does take down Azunas, and Credit moving forwards now to pressure out this choke as Zoo get pushed all the way back in. Elikor low as well, but Tiger is still sitting in the wings, waiting for stuff to happen so he can move in for his team. He is in fact sitting in that elbow area. Has not been spotted by the side of Ora Elektro. If he runs up now, he could just Timmy two-shot Shock. But yeah, I don't know if he's actually going to go for it.
Nevo's looking for him, but he thinks he's a lot further back. Nevo's looking around second. Tiger's going to come up now. He's straight onto Shock. Two-shot for Tiger! Perfect! And the Uber comes in to follow up. I don't think the Uber was even necessary from Egg here, but they are going to clean up all these players on mid. Nevo down, Eames down, Kunu down, Azunas down. Only Amarok trying to salvage. He gets Credu, and that's all he's going to get.
I'm surprised. I think Tiger did the Timmy 2 shot. He did it. Just runs up on him, just destroys him, takes him down. Excellent gameplay from him, and that is going to mean that this next Uber situation isn't even Uber situation with that big kill coming out from Tiger there. So great plays from him to manage to even out the Super situation for his team preemptively, and they are going to be holding forwards here with 8 minutes left on the clock in a 4-1 situation. It's looking insanely positive for the side of Egg.
Yeah, ETF2L added a bunch of new rules this season, but I'm still wondering what their stance on doping is, because Tiger is just hitting everything right now, and Ora Elektro, they know the Ubers aren't quite up yet. They need to get the pressure in now, because with 8 minutes left, the time is really against them. They don't manage to get anything in lobby. Azunas is still trying to peek in Big Door, but he doesn't want to fight Tiger. Who would?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if if you did a dope test on Tiger, all you'd find is that his piss is made of 100% dopamine, as he likes hitting these these meat shots onto these players. And Tiger.
Speaking of, he's under the point, completely uncontested. Azunas does figure it out now and takes him out with 2 swift rockets. The Ubers are used off from both teams. That was a crit out of Jorge, I think.
Yeah, it was. Man,
Yeah.
we're really bad at spotting these crits.
We are bad at spotting these crits creeks, but it was fully unsuccessful, so good job we didn't need to see it. Now Shock moving up with his combo from the top. Azunis managing to spam people out of Shutter, and Amarok getting forwards with the pressure, so this should be an easy second point. But Jorge still on the crits is going to have another advantage. And Tiger actually sneaking into last. He wants this backcap play, but Azunis is ready and waiting, the guardian of last.
I'm interested to see if Tiger's actually going to win. Tiger doesn't, in fact, win out that 1v1. Tiger's actually going into water to scoop up all the little health packs that he can find for himself, as Azunis is now privy to his existence and is going to be working his way around in the backlines to see if he can find Tiger to stop these shenanigans in their tracks.
And this crits out of 40% was completely unutilized by Jorge. They're completely relying on the Tiger train right now instead of using this crits. They probably know that Aura would counter it too well, knowing now that Jorge's stuck on crits. Tiger in behind does force Shock in the big door, and the Uber going forwards is largely unsuccessful. Kunu beefs every shot of the Uber onto Credu, so he's just full health and kicking. Now that crits comes out in return, Josh is only going to get one kill with it onto Eames. Credu now does get a kill with Nevo, with help from the crits Krieg.
Jeez, yeah, well, Shock there now sitting on that 40% Uber is going to be just chilling out there since Jorge's only on 40% with the crits Krieg, so got to be feeling comfortable, but it looks like they're giving up tons of room in this choke. Azuna's now jumping across, but not really finding much, and we are seeing the counter bomb from Amarok. Tries to find a rocket, just jumps all the way back out again. Looks like they are just trying to cycle players, and they don't actually find anything. Tons of weak players, but Eames manages to take down Demol and Tiger in the backline, and that is going to call for the full retreat of Egg there. Great play from Eames to take down those pesky backliners.
Yeah, again, we are even, but it's crits versus Uber, and the player advantage is in favor of Ora Elektro. They need to speed up. There's 4 rounds they need in 5 minutes. The crit comes out, Shock has to use, but Amarok gets killed by it anyway. Eames now locking down Big Door, making sure no more crit stickies are allowed in. And they have to pick up the pace. Azunis going down though, no soldiers. It's terrible for Ora Elektro now. Egg going to be capping up this mid and chasing forwards with no pressure to bomb the choke.
Yeah, the plan is going to be to block this last spawner and then make something happen out of it, as Azunis now has to get the back spawn. They do manage to get Amarok on the forward spawn, however, and that is going to mean that the flank is now slightly open for some kind of penetration from Demol. And looks like they are sort of pressuring a little bit, but not too hard. And Ora Elektro opting for this hold that they were doing previously, where they sort of angle towards Big Door, and Eames is now going to be looking to see if he can pressure himself. Just trying to spot those stickies out, and they realise they need to make something happen before the end of this game. As the crits comes out,
Shock is down! No!
That was insane! What a sniper coming out from Elakor, finds both the demo and the medic with that crits Krieg, and Neva going low now as well. Let's see if Elakor can pick up another frag onto him, but he just get cleaned up by Credu. Excellent gameplay there as they find everything they needed with that crit sticky. All those doubters in the chat who thought Elakor would never hit crits in his life takes down 2 of the key players for the side of Ora Elektro. Now they're barreling it in towards last. They've got a soldier already on the point, but loads of respawns coming out from the side of Ora Elektro. But Eames already getting cleaned up. Kunu catching a pipe, getting low. Credu moving forwards to do all the damage. Demol just kills himself on the point for some reason, deciding that he doesn't want to live anymore. Kunu getting taken down, Tiger getting taken down, and this is going to be the crits getting really popped. And Shock goes down right at the end, and they're going to count that one out. That's 5-1 for the side of Egg.
Yeah,
it looks like they've got this one in the
30,
bag.
that's GG. That was so poorly played from Ora Elektro against that crits on middle. Honestly, Eames going around that corner, taking so long to check the stickies and stuff like that, it just completely communicates to the enemy team what you're trying to do. It's basically putting a big target on your back, like shoot crits here, and that's all they had to do, and they got 2 key frags. We're in a trash time mid, everyone's just jumping about all over the place, going for whatever frags they can find. Looks like Ora Elektro have the position to win it, but Jorge does stay alive on the tail end.
Tiger
They're trying to fight anyway.
Tiger decided he was going to live up to the legacy of Timmy 2-shot and ran up and 2-shot Shock again. So Shock is going to have post-traumatic stress disorder after this game for how Tiger has been ruining him the whole entire time. It's been excellent back and forth from both of these teams, but looks like Edgar's going to win this one out as we do see more trash time.
Yeah, I can't believe Jorge managed to stay alive for like 5 full rotations of the Uber, like 5 Kritzkrieg cycles without dying or without Aura Elektro figuring out how to counter it. And it does manage to be the thing that wins them the final round in the end, but perhaps the nail was already in the coffin, as the final scores for this week will be 4-2 in terms of league points. Ora Elektro taking 2 points from their Golden Cap win on map 1, and Egg getting the full 3 from this Gully Wash win. 5-1 looking to be the final score. Ora Elektro going for a cheeky round here to make the logs look a bit less embarrassing, see if they can get it to 5-2. The Uber comes in on Kunu and Eames.
Yeah, just a bit of trash time. Uber's coming out. Looks like they are going to get salvation around, boys. Oh, they've got it in the back. Don't worry, boys. Come back incoming. It's happening.
Yeah, it was basically a close game at this point. Now they just need like 3 20-second rounds and they get the golden cap.
And they're all Gucci. Then they've basically done it at that point. Very sad. Yeah. All that has to be said for me though is that I thought Egg would be like, you know, this dominating team. It seems like Ora Elektro really had them stuffed on Snakewater, but it comes down to that the ancient fact that 7 players can't play Snakewater, and that's why they lost on that map. I'm going to put it down to that.
I mean, it's a very interesting kickoff to the season. This is exactly the kind of match I wanted to see. We've got a nice close trade of league points coming out of it. We've got to see how a fully new roster have done. And we've got to see how Ora Elektro have adapted to the Kunu Pocket Scout. Maybe Yeehaw was the problem, as they managed to only take 2 points from this official.
Oh god, yeah, excellent play from both sides, I think. Especially on Snakewater. You know, Snakewater was a close game, like throughout the whole thing. It was good, even down to the last nail-biting seconds on the golden cap. 45 minutes for a whole game does wear down your team though, so I think it sort of showed when Tiger probably took out the whip and was like, alright boys, we can't be losing to Eames. It's not happening. We're not losing to Eames. And then Snakewater happened, maybe Ora Elektro feeling a little bit tired, maybe a little bit complacent potentially, coming into Gully Wash, and that's probably why they got smacked as hard as they did, other than Tiger pulling out the whip. But GG's are out in chat as that is going to be the scoreline coming in of 5-2 to the side of Egg on Snakewater.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how both these teams develop. It's a very nice intro because seeing as these are 2 very likely playoff teams, we'll have a nice contrast between this Week 1 start of season match and the Week 8 or Week 9 playoffs match. It should be exciting to see. We're going to bring the logs up now. Do you want to take us through what went down this game, Lucky?
Yeah. Hang on, I guess. Let me get some logs. Alright, I got them, boys. I got the logs. Alright, so after staring at some numbers for about 3 seconds, all I noticed is that Elikor did 9,000 damage, top damage in the server with 306 DPM, so I'm going to take full responsibility for predicting this game. He also went 23-4 during this game, only 4 deaths, equaling the same number as Jorge during this game.
That's got to be the game changer there, is Jorge and Elikor just keeping the main aspects of the combo alive. Like I said at the end of that game, the fact that Jorge was staying alive for so many rotations of the Uber cycle, it just let them bring forward advantage after advantage. And obviously Elikor being alive to keep all the damage up and the pressure on lockdown is going to help that a lot as well. 23-4. Not often you see some logs like that for a demo man nowadays.
Indeed. Also, shoutouts to D-Mall for the most important stat in the entire server, and he gets the most air shots. That's all that matters.
Of course. He did get some nice ones on mid into shock.
Apart from that, though, it does sort of show in the logs how shut down Eames got as well. He only got 11 frags during that game. In fact, he was our bottom fragger, apart from the 2 medics getting 1 frag each. And that's just because he had scouts running at him the whole time, and he was getting pressured heavily, very, very focused down in a lot of these situations, and they pushed off of Eames being down more than a lot of other stuff. Like, rather than Uber advantages, they just flanked him, took him down, and then pushed, and that seemed to be the sort of demise. And it does show on the logs in terms of his death suffering, his damage sort of suffering as well, because if he had survived as much as Elikor did, he may have had more damage than him. But of course, it's not all about damage. It's about the plays that are made, and it does show that the deaths are very unfortunate for him.
Yeah. Well, unless you have any more to say, it looks like we have Kunu and Eames waiting above in our interview channel. If we want to get some words in with the very close losers of this first ETF2L official of the entire season. Oh,
Well,
we've got
boys.
Tiger on the way too, it looks like. Can we get them dragged in? Perfect. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome and
Greetings.
GG's.
Hi.
I want to speak to Kuno and Eames first. Are you happy with 2 points from the first match of the season after coming second? Were you expecting more, less against this team?
Personally, I'm fairly happy. Gully was a bit ropey, but that Snake Water map was probably the smoothest we've ever played, since I started playing with these guys. So I'm fairly happy. I don't know about you, Laurie.
Yeah, I'm moderately content. I think it's good to know that we can play fairly decently in officials. We've been pretty bad in scrims, to be honest. Just getting used to Cooney, but I know. I guess it was alright. It was nothing special, but we're integrating our new pocket scout slowly but surely.
Yeah, do you think he's integrating well so far? Is he a better fit than Yeehor?
I think he will be long term, definitely. Still some teething problems.
Speaking of potential teething problems, Tiger, how was it with your brand new, sparkly, but also old roster?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Nice, thanks.
I don't know. It was pretty fun. It was ropey at first, obviously, but we got in the groove.
Yeah. Do you think Snake Water is just a slow map for you, or that's why it came down to it?
Historic. I just fucking really don't like Snake myself personally, and I don't know. It's just one of those maps. It's one of those. I don't know. It's just the particular map where you can slow down as much as you want.
Yeah, it's we also as casters we hate Snake Water because we're sat here for half the game talking about what kind of eggs you guys are if you were to be an egg.
What?
Exactly.
I don't know what you said.
You don't want to. Honestly, he's just going insane. Leave him be.
Okay.
You're going to say something, Bum, but I cut you off.
Was I going to say something?
You were.
Oh, I can't remember now.
Anyway, I'll continue asking questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Eames, as well, how does it feel on Gully Wash after you went through Snake Water, you managed to get that win out of the bag? As soon as that happened, how were you feeling coming into Gully Wash in the first place? Did you feel confident that you could have taken Gully Wash as well? Were you knowing preemptively that Gully Wash is going to be a strong one for these guys?
I think it really depended on mids, which traditionally are not particularly brilliant on Gully, so given that we didn't start off strongly on the mids, I guess it was going to be difficult for us. We had a kind of the thing that I'm going to put everything down to, which is a really irritating pause when we were about to push, and then somehow, even though we just said we were going to push on what we thought was a very small ad, we still messed it up after we unpaused.
That was actually my fault. I apologise. I got a phone call mid thingy.
I guess that was slightly tilting, but whatever. We were just kind of worse on mids, and then that flowed into everything else, I think.
Fantastic.
So, can either of you take down Ascent this season? That's what I want to know.
Hell yeah.
Can Ascent take down either of us? Bum.
Oh,
the real question.
That's a good way of wrapping it around. No more needs to be said on the topic.
I don't know. We've only been playing maybe 2 weeks, and we're already taking maps off them. I don't know. I can only see us getting better.
Yeah, that's a strong showing for a brand new roster.
Taking names already.
Do you have any more questions, Lucky?
Yeah. Apart from obviously Ascent, which of the other Prem teams that you've seen form, how do you reckon they're going to shape up beneath you, Eames, in the Premiership division? Which one's going to come close to you? Do you think underneath you?
I think Naspo's an absolute beast, and their team's pretty good.
I have to agree. Foxy's been on the Bunny demos, he knows every single Bunny strat. He's going to call like Bunny, he's going to play like Bunny, he's going to feed like Bunny, and they're going to get fourth, at least.
But you're right that they will be beneath us, beneath my boot.
Yeah, of course. After you come first, where would you rate the teams in order of second, third, and fourth?
Yeah, quite correct.
just boot them into the floor. I think that's a pretty good place to finish up. So we'll go through some shout-outs. Kunu, any shouts from you?
Shout out to Amps in the chat and my team for the game, and you guys for being opponents. Very nice, very fun.
Thank you. And Eames?
Shout out to my team. Shout out to Yeehaw. Shout out to Tiger for making my life hell on Gully Wash. And yeah, shout out to Copper. Why not?
Tiger, shouts from you.
Shout out to the team, and shout out to Eames for not being as BMing as usual.
Incredible. Bum, shouts from you.
Shout outs to Tazon Day for his brilliant single Chocolate Rain. That's it.
ArchRhythm, I'm going to ask you and I'll say it for you.
Okay, I'll hurry up.
Okay, he said about 9 times and then said shout out to Wheathoof. Fantastic. I'm going to give shout outs to Copenhagen Games, which is coming forwards in the future. Shout outs to Siemens, sponsored by Siemens, the team, because that's an epic team name. And thank you all the viewers for watching, and shout outs to ArchRhythm for producing this game, being the silent voice behind the camera. And we will hopefully see you all soon for the next week of Season 35 Premiership Division. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this evening's broadcast.